Righty. Hello. Thanks for joining us again for another interesting episode of the Football Fan Zone. My name is Emamudi Udweme as usual. I'm the host of the show. As usual, we have the Adams joining us. The Adams is a regular on the show. The Adams, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Not a
Oh
great weekend
man,
for Chelsea.
it wasn't a great weekend. I can't lie. It wasn't a great weekend, but there was some interesting football across board. Some really big games. Or one of them did not live up to the billing, but we get into it shortly. But for as a
Yeah.
football fan, other games, Liverpool game was exciting. The Tottenham game was also exciting. Outside of the Premier League, we had like the Dortmund and the Bayern Munich game. But yeah, it wasn't a great weekend for me. I won't even lie.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. No worries, we'll get into that. We also have a guest joining us today. OOP is joining us. OOP is a Chelsea fan. I'm sure you see if you are kind of like frequent on sports social media, you've seen some of OOP's videos on Chelsea and some other matters. Some controversial takes, if I must say, but yeah, we'll get into all of that.
Uh,
Yeah. So how are you doing, boss?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. Good. So, for me, the weekend games they were interesting. I the way I watch football is kind of different. So I don't. I think it was interesting for me. It was interesting for me. I enjoyed everything, though I did not really watch as much matches as I would have loved to, but I enjoyed everything. The one that I watched, I enjoyed everything. It
Cool,
was a great weekend for me.
cool. We're going to get your perspective on the games you watched and some of the results of the weekend as well. Okay. Right. So from the Premier League, just as we are saying, one of the big games did not live up to the expectation. It finished Manchester City nil, Arsenal nil. Um, Very poor game, three shots on target. Liverpool were able to overcome Brighton at home at Anfield, 2 goals to 1, which has enabled them to go to the top of the table. In case you didn't know, I'm a Liverpool fan, so yeah, feeling jiggy about myself, feeling good as things are now.
uh,
Chelsea disappointingly at home could not overcome like Burnley. It was played out a two draw at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham were able to overcome Luton after a early scare. We were able to overcome them and win 2-1. Um, Manchester United, you know, drew from a winning position 1-1 with Brentford. So we're going to discuss all of that and more. So where do we start? There's only one place to start, of course, the title race. Manchester City, Arsenal 0-0, Liverpool defeated Brighton 2-1. Um, let's look at the Manchester City versus Arsenal game, right? OP as the guest, I'm going to come to you, right? I don't know if you saw the game, and if indeed you saw the game, right? What was your overall feeling coming out from the game? What was your take on the approach from both teams?
I saw that game. I saw the game, and most people will tell you that it was a tactical that both teams they were tactical and whatnot. But for me, I feel it was a boring game. It was a very boring game because I mean, first things first. When we look at both teams the way they play their football, they want to dominate you. Both teams, they want to dominate you when it comes to passing, when it comes to possession, everything they want to be on top. So coming into this game, I expected Arsenal to like show that level that they've showed in previous matches. I mean, Arsenal with their side they've been winning 5-0, 6-0. They've been scoring goals for fun. Look at the game against Burnley, Sheffield United, West Ham, and all and what have you. So coming into this game, I was expecting that okay, we're going to see like a blockbuster and all, but the Arsenal that turned up in this game was basically an Arsenal that set up in a low block. When I was watching that match, I was just like, this is like Man City versus West Ham or Man City versus which other mid table. Not when I say mid table, not like it's like an insult to Arsenal or anything. No, I'm just saying the approach that Arsenal came because if you watch the game, you will notice that Arsenal set up in a low block and every of their players they were behind the ball most of the time. They were just looking for a way to catch Man City on
Sure.
transition, looking for a way to catch Man
Yeah.
City on the counter. And basically, that is that is a mid-table style of play. That's not the way Arsenal, they don't play like that. We should not even lie to ourselves and act like that is the way Arsenal play normally. Arsenal do not play like that. They set up with eye line. In fact, Gabriel, Magalhaes, and Saliba, they are almost at the, what is it called, at the center line. They are pressing you and all. Sure, you understand. But in the game against Manchester City, they sat back and all. If you watch the game and even if you checked out the statistics, you will see that Manchester City, I think in the first half, they got whether 77% ball possession in the first half. Then in the second half, I think it was 78 or 70 something. I cannot remember now. But I know the first half was 77% possession. That's to tell you how done. Then people will tell you that they had more shots on target and all. But the shots on target, were they really what is it called? Threatening to the Manchester City goalkeeper? They were not threatening to the Manchester City goalkeeper. One was that Trossard shot
Yeah.
on target in the second half. What was the first one again? I cannot remember the first one again right now. But I know they had two shots on target, but I cannot remember the first one again. But I know the second one was the one that Trossard
Yeah.
played in the second half. But I cannot remember the first one. Those
Yeah.
were not this thing. Then when we look at Manchester City, the same thing. Manchester City, Manchester City, the way they play, Pep Guardiola is like is a perfectionist. Let me use that word. He wants perfection. So Manchester City, they were just sideways passes, trying to like break down the low block set up by Arsenal. And I must give kudos to the Arsenal defense. Over time, Arsenal this season, Arsenal defense, they don't, when they come to play matches, they don't make mistakes. They don't make mistakes. They are always like, it's not like Chelsea that Disasi can just switch off. Cucurella can just make a stupid mistake or a stupid pass and all. When you watch Arsenal, when you see the way their defenders play, you know that these ones, they are serious. They don't put a wrong foot. They don't step out of shape. They always maintain their shape. You understand? So I feel that was where Manchester City got it all wrong. I spoke about where Arsenal got it wrong, about low block and all. So for Manchester City, they were looking for that perfection, that sweet pass, that marvelous pass. You see Kevin De Bruyne, you would look for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva would look for Rico Lewis, whatever his name is. The other one would he would switch the ball to Gavidor. That one was just holding the width for no reason. It was just, I don't know why Pep Guardiola even used it. That one, for me, it was useless throughout the game. He was just holding the width. Good, you are holding the width. Okay, what are you doing there? I think anyway. One of my highlights, he sat Saka down. He sat Bukayo Saka down. I love that. I love that. I love that aspect.
Of
Yeah,
course, as a Chelsea fan, I'm sure
that was the
anyone
only
you
thing that
love
he did
that.
in that game. But other than that, he did not do anything. So for me, I believe both teams, when it comes to threats, they were not threatening. In fact, that game on a normal, that is the way two mid clubs they will play. They will just play, no threat, nothing. But we are just shying away from the fact because we want to hide behind the two of them. They were tactical, their mentality. For me, that match was boring and it was rubbish. They should not try that nonsense again. Don't play ball like Liverpool. No, when you watch Liverpool, that's one thing I'm not a Liverpool fan. But that's one thing I like about Liverpool. Whether you are Manchester City, whether you are Tottenham, whether you are Sheffield United, whether you are Ipswich Town, whether you are coming from anywhere, whether you are Barcelona, they will come out, they will play that high line with you. They are not scared to say let's set low block for you and anything. I play. Sure, you understand? And it works for them. It's not like something. But for me, from what I watched today, they should not try it again. If they are not ready, they should just dash each other one point. Let's not waste time because it was waste of time. If we are being honest, Liverpool played Arsenal. They lost the game. I think 3-1 to Arsenal. The
Yes,
one that
3-1, yeah.
Van Dijk made a mistake, or I think Van Dijk and Alisson.
Yeah, Van Dijk and Alisson.
Yes, they made a
That's
mistake.
right, yeah.
But that match, when you will know that yes, Liverpool lost that game, but at least it was enjoyable. Maybe I'm speaking like this because I'm not an Arsenal fan or I'm not a Manchester City fan. I'm a neutral.
Yeah, because you're a neutral. Yeah,
I'm a
exactly.
Chelsea fan, so
Yeah.
I expected more and all. So from an Arsenal point of view, they might be okay with that performance. But me, I'm speaking as a neutral. For me, the performance was boring. I did not enjoy that performance at all.
Okay, all right. The Adams. Before I bring you in, let's just welcome Uzo. Uzo, thanks for joining us.
But I must. Are you driving? Are you even able to do that?
Oh, wow. Because your
Well,
face is not showing too clearly. That's why. But no worries, no worries. It's fine. I think we can work with that. Okay, so the Adams, let me bring you in right into the discussion, right? So just a bit of context, right? So coming into the game, Manchester City had some injuries, some key injuries. So Ederson was out, John Stones was out, Kyle Walker as well was out, and looking at Manchester City as well, they had not beaten any big, I think big five or big 16 heading into this fixture as well. So
except Man United.
except Manchester United. Yeah, exactly. So you could see that they were a bit, and looking at the way the reverse fixture between these same teams went at the Emirates earlier in the season, you could see that Guardiola was a bit apprehensive, like he was a bit cautious about Arsenal as well. Like Arsenal are now like they are a top team, they are a fellow title contender. So Arteta kind of like factored that in, and then maybe that's why he was a bit more cautious. He was a bit more careful, you know. Let me get your perspective, right? So what was your perspective on the game, like the approaches from the two coach? What do you
I
think?
mean, I think OAP touched on it from a neutral perspective, and let's be honest, it wasn't the most pleasant of watches. I talked about Liverpool versus Man City. I said if you wanted to advertise a Premier League game to somebody that has never seen the game before, right? Tell them to
Yeah,
go watch that Liverpool versus Man City game. That's a proper game for somebody that has never seen the Premier League and wanted to introduce the league to them. As a best advert for them. They will enjoy it. It was end-to-end stuff. Although it ended as a draw, but it was, it was a very good game. It was open. There
yeah,
were chances. We could see a lot of really great play from the team. But also coming to this game, Arsenal was top of the league. I felt like Arsenal chose their battles. They are beginning to choose their battles wisely. Let's not forget that Man City, they are still treble winners. They are still one of the best teams we've seen in our generation, right? All the while, Pius, you know this very well. All the while that you guys have been going head to head against Man City, you guys never went to the Etihad to beat them. You never won at the Etihad, right? Did you? Did you ever beat them at the Etihad?
no, I don't
I
think we've
don't think
beaten
so,
them. Yeah,
right? So,
yeah,
I think the wise thing for us now was to set up this way and play the way they played, right? Respect them in as much as they are third in the on the log, and they probably don't have the best of forms, but they still have those players that can turn it on any day, anytime. Playing at the Etihad, I think Arteta was wise enough to realize that okay, the onus is on Man City to attack us, right? The onus is on
yeah,
Man City to attack us. That the one that they need the win more than us, right?
yeah. They
And
are
we can,
chasing. Yeah, they are the ones
yeah,
chasing. Yeah,
exactly. So we can decide to give them the ball and sort of like smash and grab. Try to, and he almost I would say it almost worked. Trossard had that chance where he could have squared it to Martinelli and they would have
Martinelli.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they would have won. And I actually, if I was an Arsenal fan, I won't be excited, but I'll be pleased with the results, especially with the way my team played, right? And one thing about me as a fan, right? About me as a fan is I look at teams and I'm like, can you adapt? Are you adaptable? Can you try to, play when it's time to play and defend when it's time to defend? Right?
and
I feel like when I saw Man City do that against Bayern last season, second leg, where they sort of gave Bayern the like, okay, we won the first leg. You guys can have the ball and we'll pick you apart when we need to, right? Normally, Man City of like previous years would have gone there naive, try to attack them, not respect the opposition, not respect Allianz Arena. Like, oh, this is an historic ground. You can't just come in here and play your football. You have to be cautious. I think Arsenal learnt that. And for me, as a rival fan, I think it's scary that this Arsenal team are picking up, new adding new tricks to their bag. Like I think Uzo touched on it earlier in the season. Like now you can see how defensively solid they are. Right, that's not Arsenal. Arsenal don't play that way. Right, Arsenal don't play that way. In particular, I was looking at Saliba and Gabriel, and those two guys today. Their positional awareness. If it was other teams, you'd have seen those defenders moving out of place. They held their ground. They trusted the guys in front of them. They trusted the guys by their side that they were not out of place. So whenever the ball came in to the middle, to the danger spots, they were always there. Like they were always present to clear the ball. So for me, I think I like to give Arsenal some credit because for them to choose their battle wisely, understand that yes, they might be on top. Yes, it might be more appealing to go all out and try to attack them, but that would have been a risky game. It was better for them
Yeah.
to be cautious. And I don't think if they had them drawing this game, I don't think it's the end of the world for them. But if they had lost this game, it would have brought Man City back in. And plus, you know how it is, how the media is, how we the fans are. We call them the butlers. It will not be good for them, right? It will not be good for them because we'll pile on the pressure. Oh, Arsenal, is that time again? They're about to throw
Yeah.
it away, whatever and whatever. So I think it made sense for them to kind of be cautious. Let Man City play. You guys want the 3 points, right? Come to us. And they did their work well. Yes, we expect more for them. As neutrals, we want big games like this to be more entertaining. But from an Arsenal perspective, if I was an Arsenal fan, I won't be too disappointed. I would have wanted us to win, but I won't be sad. Like, I won't leave that game, putting my hands on top of my head like, oh, we could have won or we should have won. I felt like, Arteta did what he should have done for a game like this, respecting the opposition, respecting Man City, that, oh, you guys are treble winners, you're the best teams, one of the best teams we've seen in our generation, and we're coming to your home. So, we respect the occasion in as much as we are top and we have the upper hand today.
Yeah, nice take. Yeah. So, Uzo, before I bring you in, right? So, from an Arsenal point of view, like I think from what Adams has said was like, and from what I've seen from like reactions on social media among Arsenal fans, were like, yeah, it's a good result for us, going to the Etihad, stopping Man City from scoring, and then at least if we don't win, at least we did not lose. So it was a good result for them in that aspect. But you can also look at it from the other point of view that, oh, you're in a title race with like two other athletes, Liverpool as well, who won today, right? So was Arsenal's what's the word now? Was Arsenal's strategy or approach to the game to that game today at the Etihad was, oh, was it not to lose, or was it not to like, okay, keep pace with Liverpool, knowing that Liverpool had already won their game earlier? Because right now they've surrendered the top of the table to Liverpool. Liverpool right now are on top of the table. Not like I'm complaining anyway. I'm a Liverpool fan. But looking at that, right? Is it not like 2 points lost because Liverpool now are on top of the table, and then it's time for them to, now they're going to be playing catch up. Even though we are okay, yeah, they can say they have 9 games to play. So, what was your view on the game?
Yeah, I fully disagree. So I missed the game because I was in church, um, doing my wedding introduction, and it was a good time in my life. And I silenced my
Currently,
phone on purpose. And as soon as I got out of church, the first thing I did was rewatch the entire first half and half of the second half. And I have to say, I fully disagree with the analysis that I'm hearing. But I'm not surprised because again, there's a viral tweet that I saw earlier that said someone was saying that Arsenal were the best team out of possession, and someone quoted it and said, "Back in the day, before the woke era, we used to call that parking the bus." This is the new era of football. People are lying and changing the meanings of things. They went there and parked the bus. Like I hate that we're like trying to pretend and dress it. They parked the fucking bus. They parked the bus. So let's stop.
The hate,
I
the
don't want to
hate is
hear
back.
all this analysis and tactical and bro, it
the,
gets me so
the
mad
hate
because
is,
Mourinho used to be in this league, right?
but that's what I'm
Doing
saying.
this week in,
But
week out.
Uzo, I'm sorry,
And
bro.
he
I'm
used to get
sorry,
he
but
used to get called all kinds of names. And now the greatest manager in the world, Pep, went to a Champions League final, barely had any shots on target, scored with the one kick of the game that they had, and everyone was like, "Wow, look at the discipline, look at the patience." Why are we inventing all these new words? You went there, you tried not to lose, you took your chance, and you won a trophy. It's that simple. I think what it's proven is that all along, this aesthetic bias, right, that we all have when we're watching football has been a figment of our imagination. This is what like sells the game, right? This is what pundits use to one of Mourinho's famous quotes is poets don't win anything, right? All that pretty Bielsa gets praised for his inventiveness in football You can think of guys like the Zerbi who's getting slapped week in, week out. There's this bravery, high line. We're going to play our way no matter where we're at. And then they lose and they lose and they lose some more. And then you see the evolution of a Pep who, when he came into this league, everything gung-ho, whatever, no matter what ground we're in, we're going to try to like play our way. And you mentioned the performance at Bayern last year, even the performance at the Bernabeu. You saw what they did a year ago when they lost to Real Madrid. They were playing their way. They were very open. They left them in the game, and they came back and bit them in the butt. When they played them again, it was not the same way. They completely focused first on nullifying Madrid before they even focused on attacking them. So credit to Arsenal for getting the result. Credit to them for getting the result. But let's not start changing the narrative or changing the names of things or praising people when we would have criticized some other managers for doing the
Nah.
same thing.
Don't say let's. Don't say let's. Bro, remember I'm a Chelsea fan. This is how we survive. Like we play when we're supposed to play, and then we defend when
But
we're
that's your
supposed to defend.
identity. That's your
That's what
identity.
made
See,
us.
see,
My thing
I
is what Ateta has gotten praised for in his young career, right, has not been this kind of play. It has
at
not been
all.
this kind of performances. The way that this team has been discussed this season, especially, is are they now in the ascendancy? Are they now the driving? Are they now? What did I say on the episode 3 weeks ago? I said the team that is playing the best right now is Arsenal. If I would have watched that game, I couldn't have told you that was the case. I thought it was extreme cowardice, right? The result works in their favor
Come on,
when it comes
bro.
to
Come
City.
on.
But like Pio said,
Cowardice.
you're ignoring the fact that it's a three-horse race. You can't just think about keeping City at bay
That,
because then you hand the advantage back to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
to
that
Liverpool.
was the point
For
I
me,
mentioned before I brought you in. Yeah.
I would have been okay if Arsenal went for the game for 60 minutes and locked up shop when it wasn't there. I would have been okay with that. I would have said, you know what? Fair enough. You went out there, you tried to take the initiative, it wasn't there, so you locked up shop and you took what you had. Fair play. To set up from minute one, I saw 75% possession
Bro,
in a title race.
they lost last
We
season.
can't praise this
First
type of
half,
No,
it
stuff,
was
man.
3-0. It was
see,
3-0 first
mm,
half.
see.
We can't praise this type of stuff. I'm sorry.
I think we are getting it all wrong. See, like what Uzo is saying. Kudos to Arsenal. Like I said, me, I'm coming from a neutral fan. Of course, Arsenal. See, if you notice Arsenal fans, they are happy about this result. I don't
Yeah.
think we don't have that much of a Manchester City fan, but if it depends on the way you curate your timeline on Twitter. But I could see Manchester City fans being pissed at this result. See, that is the difference between actual champions and champions wannabe. Arsenal are champions wannabe right now. No, it's the fact. I have an episode that I made about this. Arsenal, they are champions wannabe right now. And see, let me give you an instance. Regardless, that's one thing that I like Jurgen Klopp for. That's one thing I like Jurgen Klopp for. Yes, we can stay here. I throw Jurgen Klopp. I say, he spent 8 years in EPL, but he won only one title and all. I do it a lot. But one thing I like Jurgen Klopp for is no matter who you are, it does not that don't park. Why are you parking the bus? We play. See, whether in fact, me personally, I believe if Arsenal had played their game right, if they had played the way they normally play, they would have scored goals and the probability of them getting the 3 points would have been nice. See, I was telling one of my friends today, one thing we should realize is, yes, Manchester City, they are the treble winners, but the treble winning squad was last season. That was last season. This season right now, Manchester City, they are not all that. They are there for the taking. Manchester City are there for the taking. That's the honest truth. Look at Chelsea, struggling Chelsea. We took points off this Manchester City, home and away. We took points off these guys, and we did not park the bus. In that 4-4, we did not park the bus. When we parked the bus against Manchester City was in the second leg after Raheem Sterling scored. That was when we parked the bus. And in fact, personally, I believe that was where we even lost that game. The
Yeah, I
decision
remember that.
that to bring in Afi Gilchrist and all those other defenders to like this, that was the moment we lost that game. See,
Yeah.
we need to realize something like, yes, If you have an identity, stick to it. We can stay here and say, okay, Mourinho used to do it. That is Mourinho's identity. Mourinho has never for once, even if you are coming from the championship side, if Mourinho score one goal, he will go and park the bus. That is his style. Sure, you understand? So we staying here and saying, Arsenal, they got kudos to them, they got the win. But me personally, even when it was about 11 games or 10 games to go, I made an analysis, and I told in that analysis, I said, this is Liverpool's title. I said it point blank. I said this is Liverpool's title because I looked at the whole fixtures. I was like, Manchester City and Arsenal, they will drop points. I said they will drop points. I said, because even okay, we are talking about this thing. When Arsenal are playing Chelsea later on, maybe in the coming weeks, will they park the bus? Will they respect Chelsea? Will they not come out? They are just scared. They are just scared because they know that Manchester City, they are better than them. They are just trying to
My
let's
goodness.
try to hide. No, they are scared. It's the honest truth. Arteta is scared of
Oh my
Manchester City
goodness.
because he selects C. He's scared of Manchester City. It's the honest truth. Jurgen
Well,
Klopp is
we're going to
never
have
scared
some
of Manchester
Arsenal,
City.
some
Even if
serious
I'm
Jurgen
Arsenal
telling you.
fans.
even if Jurgen Klopp is
But
seventh on the table, on the EPL table, and Manchester City they are first, they have 20 games winning streak. Jurgen Klopp will not come to Etihad or anywhere to come and park the bus. He will come there, he will play his island. Even if you slap him, you score. Come on. See, I've been watching. There was a game I watched. Liverpool versus Man City, 4-3. That I think Liverpool won 4-3. I don't know if you people remember that game. That Ederson
Yeah,
gifted
yes,
Salah a
yes,
goal.
yes. Anfield, yes. Oxlade Chamberlain, Firmino, yes,
Yes,
yes.
Chamberlain was. I think it was 2016.
Yeah,
I cannot remember. I'll be
yeah,
2017.
2016, 2017. Yes,
Yes.
yes, I
I
remember.
watched that game. I was like, yes. I was like, yes, this is what I pay for. This is what I pay my DSTV
He
subscription
subscribed
for.
for. Yeah,
This
this is
is
what he
what I want to
subscribed for.
see. So you understand? To be honest, like I
Oh
said,
my
I'm
goodness.
maybe I'm speaking from because most times people see me, they feel I hate Arsenal and all and all. So maybe that's why I'm talking like this. But me, I will not even lie. This game, the Man City versus Arsenal game, it was rubbish. Like I said, they should not try this nonsense again. If they don't want to play
Okay,
ball, just let us know that you don't want to play ball. Let the game share
okay,
the points, one point. Let's just skip the
You
game.
guys,
okay,
you guys are not
And
talking about Man City. You guys are not talking about Man
no,
City at
okay,
home.
okay.
At
Man
home.
City came out to play. Man City came out to play. It was because of the way Liverpool, Arsenal set up. That was why Man City Man City came out to play. The only thing that Man City did not have were shots on target. That was the only thing Man City did not have, and it was the way Arsenal set up. Check it: possession, passing, pass accuracy, even shots. Man City had all those things. There were many times that Man City took shots and it was blocked by Arsenal. They were blocked by Arsenal players, and I saw that on 3 different occasions. You understand? Even at Emirates, that Man City lost 1-0. Man City came out to play. They did not say we are going to Arsenal. Arsenal is a title contender. Let's go and respect them there. Man City went there to play. The scenario that you are giving about Champions League and everything, that is Champions League. They had already done their part in the first leg. Like what Uzo said, if Arsenal had come and say, okay, let's even try to get something within the first 60 minutes, and then in the 60th minute, they start to like become compact and set up low block and all that, we can understand. But guy, from the moment the whistle got blown, from minute one, everybody see the low block. I swear, I thought it was Sean Dyche Burnley. I thought it was Sean Dyche Burnley that I was watching because they were so compact. Nobody was stepping out. No, even Gabriel Jesus was not stepping out. Striker was not stepping out. Talk less of defender.
Okay, OOP, I know if we go on, we're going to spend like the whole episode
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
the game.
no,
Yeah.
no,
So,
one,
Uzo, sorry,
one thing. Just let me add one little thing, right?
just one, yeah, just 1 minute, please, Uzo,
I
because
do
of
want to
time.
give
Yeah.
credit to Arsenal because, and I was telling this to Chooks off cam. I told him last season that was the only season we've seen Ateta play that free flowing football, right? That was the only season we've seen that from him in his entire young career so far. And I was telling him, do we know what the final form of Ateta really is? Because Jose used to play free flowing football until it bit him in the tail, and he became the complete reverse of that. So I think a credit to Arsenal is we truly don't know what the final form of the team is, and maybe this is what their identity is going to be going forward. 4 centre backs, a DM, and keep staying within your shape and trying to win games. And if that's the case, that's fine. If that's the identity that they're morphing towards, I just don't think that that kind of like attitude can really show, because it's not a typical title race where you're just trying to survive. This title race is going to be won by somebody who goes to go and take it. Because we've seen that that's the way it's been with City and Liverpool. When Liverpool have been trying to be in survival mode, just don't lose. They draw. They always lose the title by 1 or 2 points. In this kind of race with this City team, you do have to show some bravery and you have to go and collect the title. So I just don't know if that is a good sign for them in this race, if they're going to be this cowardly, especially this early in the race.
Okay, all right, so thank you. Right, okay, so let's quickly touch on Liverpool, who are also in this
Bro,
title
the
race as
hate.
well.
Sorry, Paris. The hate is so much that bro was getting married today, and he said no.
I must
I
come and
must
give
not.
my views. Okay,
No,
No,
I saw that tweet and I lost my head. I was like, where's this link? Let me join. Let me see what's going on here. Because people are talking about out of possession. Oh my God, look at how we manage them without the ball. Nah,
yeah,
Mourinho is rolling in his grave and he's not even dead.
okay,
Because the way they
okay,
have changed, the definition of our sport right before your very eyes. 8 centre backs, 2 DMs, and guys are
wow,
telling me that this is the pinnacle of football. Nah, I can't.
nah,
We went to the
nah,
Etihad with Emerson Royale and Ben Davies as our center backs, and we played high line, and we left with a draw. So I'm not
yeah,
trying
a
to hear like,
3-3
oh,
draw,
you
yeah.
can't. City are missing like 4 or 5 starters. Ake went down halfway through the first half. You still didn't even try to. Nah, this we really do got to call this out for being cowardly. Like, let's just be real. It was cowardly.
Okay,
It worked out. Oh well.
okay, all right. Like I was just saying, like, so let's bring in Liverpool, who is also the other title contender in this into this discussion, right? So Liverpool earlier in the day before this particular game defeated Brighton 2 goals to 1. As a Liverpool fan going into the game, I was apprehensive to be honest because look, watching the build up right before the game, since the Zerbi, that's the Brighton manager, joined Brighton, Liverpool have not defeated Brighton either at Anfield or at Brighton Stadium. So it was a kind of like a tricky game as well. And Liverpool are still missing some key players. Jared Kwanzaa plays centre back today. So looking at going into the game, looking at its team sheet as well, I was a bit apprehensive as well. So at the end of the day, Liverpool found a way and then won the game 2 goals to 1. So with that, now they're on top of the table. What can I say? What's his name? Alexis McAllister, top player, top midfielder. What an assist for Mo Salah for the second goal. The vision, the calmness. Wow, wow. That was amazing. Yeah, Mo Salah as well. Most Liverpool fans say the guy is inevitable. Like because if you watch the game, he kept on missing chance after chance after chance. But at the end of the day, he finally found that chance and then he put it into the back of the net. So as a Liverpool fan, yeah, good time. Especially coming back from the defeat to Manchester United in the FA Cup, and then having to steer over that over the international break. It's nice to finally get back into that winning feeling. It feels good when your team wins. So cool, cool. So linking the results with the what's it called the Manchester City Arsenal game, I felt like everything just worked out for me as a Liverpool fan. I wanted a draw for the Manchester City Arsenal game, and it was a draw that happened. And just the points Uzo made, and I think I also made it earlier, was I think Arsenal missed a chance. And there's a question I'm going to ask you guys now when I throw like, do you think this result might come back to bite Arsenal, right? Because looking at Manchester City, they had injuries, right? And this is not the Manchester City of last year or treble winning Manchester City of last season. It felt like Arsenal were full strength. Looking at Arsenal's bench, it's one of the strongest they've had. Looking at 11, like they had a chance to really go out and attack Man City. And what's his name? Nathan Ake got injured early in the first half. They brought in Rico Lewis to play in a right back. So it was Rico Lewis versus who was it Jesus or so? They had a chance to exploit and they didn't exploit. So do you think that this is a result that might come back to haunt Arsenal in this title race? You know? before this game, right before this weekend started, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been tipping Arsenal to still go ahead and win the Premier League title, right? But look, after watching them today, and I'm like, this Arsenal team. So let me get your perspective. Adams, let me come to you first, right? Do you think this result might come back
I
to
think
haunt them?
I think this just shows me that, man, Liverpool have a tremendous chance of winning the 2024 EPL title. The both teams, I expect, like I said, I feel like Arsenal are trying to choose their battles wisely. I didn't think this game was going to decide the title, in as much as it was a big game. I just felt
Yeah.
like Arsenal just needed not to lose, right? And what they've done has sort of eliminated Man City from the not completely, but I just feel like Man City are not their usual self, especially with what I saw against Arsenal. I'm kind of almost writing them off, and I think it's probably going to be they will stay. No, like they will stay with them, like they will stay with Arsenal and Man City and Liverpool. But I don't see anything happening. We've been tipping them to go on a crazy run and then maybe go on like 9 winning streak and then win the league. But I don't see that happening. I think it's between Arsenal and Liverpool, and honestly, I'm tipping Liverpool. I think Liverpool have. I don't see. No, to be honest, I don't see what's going on. How it's going to be, like how you guys are going to be, dropping so many points. And I also feel like Arsenal want to play. It might sound ridiculous, but I also feel like Arsenal want to play catch up. Like they don't want to be the ones that have all the pressure. They want to sort
Yeah.
of be those guys, the underdogs that would be knocking on the door to the very end. That's what I think, right? That's how they approach the game this way. So me, I feel like everything just plays into your hands, Pius.
Okay. Why I was laughing is because I know previous episode, I think last week and the previous week, I know you said Arsenal is your favorite. Now you've changed
I've
to Liverpool.
changed.
Maybe
Yeah,
after next week, maybe after the midweek fixtures and next week, you will say, no, it's Man City now. So yeah, football is can be very interesting and crazy like that. OP. Let me kind of choose the question, right? You're a Chelsea fan, right? So let me not say who do you think will win. Who do you prefer among these three teams to win the Premier League title?
Well, like I said, me personally, I even from the 10 games, immediately Arsenal became actively involved in the title race because Arsenal just joined the title race. Like it's not long ago that Arsenal joined this title race. So let's be factual. They've been good.
This guy.
No, let's be factual. It's not long. They were outside top 5 in like about 6 game weeks ago. It's not up to like I think 4 3 games
Yeah,
ago. That was when
yeah,
they
you're right.
actually
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was when they
yeah,
they were
actually
out of
joined.
points.
yeah,
They were actually out of top 4 for a while. Then
yeah.
they just joined the title race. So let's not act like they've been there since. It's a lie. The title race has always been between Liverpool and Man City. That's how it has been. There was a time Liverpool they had not lost. The only loss that they had was that
Tottenham.
Tottenham game where there was a
Yeah,
Yeah,
contentious call and all. You understand? So
yeah.
Liverpool they were always in the mist. They were always in the mist. And me personally, I already gave an analysis that Liverpool were going to win personally because when I looked at all the game and all, I was like Liverpool. That was I think about 11 games or 10 games to go. I think now it's not 8 games to go now. It's about 8 games
Oh,
to go now.
nine,
Now.
nine
Okay, nine
games,
games to
nine
go. Yes,
games.
that means
yeah.
it was
When they
about
play the mid, yeah,
yes, that means it was about 11 games to go. That was when I was like, Liverpool are going to win. And the reason why I believe Liverpool are going to win is because Liverpool, they have, first things first, they have the favorable fixture. They have the favorable fixture. Let's not act like Liverpool have, their fixtures are favorable. Liverpool can go on, they can go on now, it's main 9 games, right? Liverpool can go on 7 wins, 2 draw. And that 2 draw like this is maybe because of some clumsiness and everything. In fact, I will even bet that Liverpool will go on 9 games. Sorry,
ah.
9 games
So
winning streak.
you're coming to make Pius happy on the
No,
show
that's
today.
Of
that's
course.
personally
Please, I'm enjoying this.
that's the belief I believe in Liverpool. Then for Man City, the reason why I'm writing Man City off because when I made that analysis, it was 5 home games for the 3 of them, 5 home games for Arsenal,
Yeah.
5 home games for Liverpool, 5 home games for Manchester City. And I said this. I said Arsenal going to Manchester. Arsenal, people were like, then they were like, Arsenal they are better, they will win Man City. I say no, Arsenal will not win Man City. The best Arsenal can get from that game is a draw. And that's what I said. I said, and that's dropping of points. That means Man City and Arsenal, they drop points in that game. Arsenal have the London derby against what is it called? Against Chelsea.
Tottenham.
No,
Chelsea
it's
and Tottenham.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Is it? Do they
No,
have
they
against
have.
Tottenham too?
Yeah,
They
they
also
also
have
have-
against Tottenham. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that home or away? I don't know if that maybe. I think that's
They're
away.
going. So they're going away to Tottenham. They're
Yes,
hosting Chelsea
that's
at
why I'm not
Emirates.
paying attention to it. I paid attention only to home games. So
Okay.
now people are writing off Chelsea and everything. Chelsea can go to that game and get a draw. Chelsea are that inconsistent. I don't believe Chelsea will win Arsenal at Emirates Stadium, but I believe that we can go there and get a draw. Personally, I believe that. Then again, Arsenal are going to face Manchester United in this same title race that we are in. That in this same games, Arsenal will face Manchester United. Forget that we are saying Eric Ten Hag does not do this. See, when that Arsenal versus Manchester United game comes, Alex Ferguson does not mind to come to that locker room and coach those boys himself. That's how that rivalry is there. That rivalry. No, see, if let's be factual. If someone had told you that Manchester United would knock out Liverpool from the FA Cup, would you have believed it?
No.
I'm sure you would have taken. You would have been like, no, Liverpool will win easily.
But Liverpool are also still going to play Manchester United.
No, I'm coming there. I'm focusing on Arsenal right now. So me, I believe that there are lots of points, there are lots of games where Arsenal can drop points. You understand? That's why I don't believe. I'm right. I'm seeing Arsenal will finish as third. Of course, top 3 is sure for them. Nobody's taking that spot from them. We the other teams in the EPL.
The guy, I'm loving this analysis, man.
We the other teams in the EPL, we are not serious. So
Oh my goodness.
Arsenal, they will finish top 3. No doubt about that. Then for Man City, like I said, they are not. People tend to like, oh, Pep is this. Me, I like Pep. Forget. I love Pep so much. For me, I believe he's one of the. In fact, he's the greatest coach that I have actively watched. I don't know about all those other guys. They will tell you, Johan Cruyff. I not watch all those ones. I don't know. I only read about them. I did not use my tool. I've been watching Pep since when he came. Since Barcelona.
Yeah.
That's when I've been watching Pep. Since that what's it called? Those finals that I won Manchester United. That was when I've been watching Pep. I was like, this guy is good and everything and all. Then I watched him come to Manchester City and all. I watched him actively, even in all those champions UCL runs. The one he lost against the one where Tottenham beats them in one that Tottenham Liverpool final. The ones that they were losing, they were almost there. That people, I like Pep, but me, I believe that this Pep squad right now is depleted. It's depleted. That's what I believe, and I believe that Pep needs like 2 transfer windows to actually become that dominant force that he was when he won the treble. He needs like 2 because his transfers they have been rubbish. He has not gotten anything tangible in the transfers he has made. Look at the transfers he has making. Kovacic, Doku, Jeremy Doku. Which other guy again?
That guy is just.
They are not. They are not giving.
else.
So I don't believe they are. So I believe they are depleted. So you understand? So me, I don't trust them. I don't trust them to go on that 9-game winning streak that they normally do before. I don't trust them. Okay. But you see Liverpool, so, me, I tip Liverpool. And another why I tip Liverpool. See, the way I don't know the way Liverpool do it. Maybe because Klopp announced that he's leaving. But Liverpool can field. They will field Kwanzaa. All of a sudden, Kwanzaa will be playing like one prime person. You will see Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott will be playing like he's one world class, one guy that under 21, somebody that cannot enter England senior squad. When he come, I don't know how Klopp does it and all. So for me, honestly, I believe it's Liverpool's EPL title. It's something that I've said that I've maintained over time.
I agree with you now.
I believe it's Liverpool's this.
Yeah, it's
all right.
It's your title to lose, Pius. So
yeah. OP, thanks, man. I love your analysis, man. Nice one, man. Nice one. Yeah. So, of course, right now, it's Liverpool that is on top of the table. So, like, as a Liverpool fan, if we win our remaining 9 games, of course, we'll be champions. But it's not as straightforward as
it is, brother. It is straightforward. You see that I've told you that 9 matches. If people want to drop point, it will be in 2 games. And it will be maybe it will be lackadaisical attitude. It will not be as if, like, even when I was watching the Brighton game, I was like, it's a lie. These people will still score. That was what was in my head. Like, these guys will still score. In fact, I'm even surprised that you could never win that game 3-1. Because
Yeah,
even after there was an opportunity that Salah had. If Salah had just opened up his body a little bit, he could have curved that ball, but it was direct.
Yeah.
Even after that, McAllister, there was another one, that counter where
yeah,
it was Luis Diaz that started the whole thing. He gave the ball to Salah. Instead of Salah to send it back, Salah took a shot and everything.
So,
Do you
yeah,
think if you were losing that game, if it was 1-1, do you think Salah would take that shot? Salah will pass. And
Yeah.
another thing, sorry, I know I'm getting another thing that Liverpool has over other squads is they have what is it called? Players that know when to be stingy and know when not to be stingy. Salah, we can stay here and say Salah is stingy, Salah, but we are over this course of this season, we have seen a selfless Salah. At the beginning
Yeah.
of this season, we saw a
Yeah.
selfless Salah. You cannot even say that Salah has been selfish this season.
he's
Yeah.
So
not. I think
Salah
he's
knows
like
he
third,
knows how
third
to
in the
balance it.
assist table right now.
So
Yeah,
you understand? He knows how to balance it. He knows when to be selfish, when not to be selfish. I know that's one thing that Salah has, and that experience is there. So, and yes, we can say Man City also have Kevin De Bruyne and all. But come on, Man City, they are depleted right now. Kevin De Bruyne that we are shouting and everything. In fact, did he not play in today's game? It was when he see low block, he himself shocked. I was like, boy, what did they up?
This one passed my hand.
This one passed me. Say you understand. So for me personally, it's something that I believe that it's Liverpool. And again, with club saying it's going on, all those boys they will bleed. They are ready to bleed on the altar for club. You don't know the way they like club.
I hope
People
so.
don't.
I hope
It's
so.
like you don't understand the way you are a Liverpool fan. You're supposed to understand what I'm saying. The way
Yes, yes.
the way they revere club, like the only thing is that's why I'm telling people, if Arsenal want to, I believe Arsenal will win the league next season. Personally, I believe that next season is Arsenal's. That's when we will really see Arsenal at the full this thing. But this season, they should just be contented with third. You not go past third. Instead, and my prayer is
Okay, all right.
Chelsea should do something for me, even if it's just make them drop 2 points.
Chelsea fan. Okay, okay.
Chelsea.
All right. Interesting. From OP. So right. So I don't know who's. Are you still with us? I'm not sure if you're still with us. Okay. Before we leave like the title contenders and move on to the other teams, right? So like I think I mentioned, or I don't think I've mentioned earlier, like so there are some midweek games, like there are midweek Premier League games, right? Manchester City is at home to Aston Villa. Liverpool are home to Sheffield United, and
Easy
then
win.
Arsenal at home to Luton Town.
Okay,
So
2 wins.
I just
2
want to
wins.
ask you guys,
2 wins.
OP, you know, just like in one word, Adam's OP, like are the three teams winning? Is it straight win for all three teams, or do
Yeah.
you see anybody dropping points?
Yeah. 3 wins for me.
3 wins for you. OP, what about?
It's going to be for me. It's going to be straightforward for Liverpool. Sheffield are not coming to Anfield to get anything. They should just forget. They're not. Nothing is there. Then for Man City and Aston Villa, it's going to be tricky. Sure, you understand? It's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
I believe that, but I anticipate what is it called? Man City to actually get the better, but it's not going to be straightforward for them. It's not going to be straightforward as like I said, for Liverpool, it's straightforward. That one, in fact, they might even hammer them. Even it might get to 5. They might hammer those guys. It's Liverpool and it's
It's too
Anfield
sure.
against Sheffield. Sure, you understand? It's not something that is. Then for Man City, then for Arsenal, the reason why I'm saying I believe Arsenal will just point. First, my bias is there. I will not even lie. My bias is there, number one. And number two, Luton Town, they are fighting relegation. Don't joke with teams that are fighting relegation. Look at Burnley and Chelsea. Don't joke with teams that are fighting, that are trying to escape relegation. Look at Burnley and Chelsea.
No, don't bring Boy. No, this is Arsenal. This is not Chelsea. No.
Stamford Bridge. It's Stamford Bridge. Okay. Arsenal Southampton.
Stamford Bridge.
Wait. Arsenal Southampton last season.
Bro.
Arsenal Southampton last season. Wait now. Arsenal Southampton last season. How did that game end? Was it not 3-3?
Yeah, 3-3 draw, yes.
See, don't joke with teams. I'm not saying that Luton Town will get the victory. Get what I'm saying? I am saying that
Okay.
if
You'll
they
make it
don't
hard
pay
for them.
attention, it's going to be
Yeah.
they might snatch a point. Luton Town might snatch a point from that game. And the
Like
reason why is because that relegation, this thing, even me, as I am here, I am still shocked that Burnley got that point from Chelsea. Lie. I'm not even going to lie. 10 men, they still not managed to. So relegation, whether we like it or not, that relegation team comes to play. Even look at Manchester United versus Brentford. Why do you think before Manchester United score, Brentford, they were missing chances for fun, hitting the goalpost, going off targets, this thing. Immediately Manchester United scored. All of a sudden, they now remember how to score. Before game end, they now went to score one goal to. So don't joke with teams that are fighting relegation. If it's easier for you to play a team maybe in top 7 in this stage of the EPL, in this closing stage, it's easier for you to play a team in top 7. It's easier for you to play those kind of things than for you to go and play a team that maybe they know that if we win this game, we might survive. Those guys, they will come out energy, drive, and all. So that's why I believe, like I said, bias is there. I'm not going to lie, bias is there. But again, Luton Town, it's a really they are those guys. And normally, you know the way Luton Town play. We all see the way Luton Town play. They were the one that hammered and deserved before 0 now. So we know the way they play.
yeah.
Even the Arsenal game at Luton Town Stadium, was it not
Yeah.
Declan that had to come in a clutch moment? Even against Chelsea,
Yeah.
we narrowly escaped. Even against Liverpool, the same
Yeah.
thing. Liverpool too. Liverpool narrowly escaped that game now. Was it not with a point
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah. On
Even Man City too.
Yeah.
Man City narrowly escaped those guys. So we don't write them
No, I think it's
off.
Luton Town will make you work.
They will make you
They will
walk.
Yeah.
make you work. For I think Arsenal will have too much quality.
For
They will
them.
win,
Yeah.
but
I think so too. I think
they will
Arsenal
they
will
will make them
eventually
work for
overcome.
it. They will make them work for it won't be straightforward, but
It won't be
I think
straightforward,
Yeah.
exactly. That's my point. It won't be straightforward. Unlike
Okay.
Liverpool.
All
Liverpool will
right.
be straightforward. Easy.
yeah,
All right,
straightforward.
guys. All right, guys. Let's. Time is fast spent, so let's quickly move on from the title contenders. I don't think Uzo is here with us. I wanted to discuss the top 4 battle:
Let him
Aston
drop.
Villa.
Let's use a drop, please.
Okay. All
So
right. So
you not come and talk about Chelsea.
all right, guys. So since I have two Chelsea
Nah,
fans
I'm
with
here.
me.
Once I
I
heard
know.
Chelsea, my eyes popped up. That's the only reason I'm
Okay.
in this call.
Okay.
Pius,
All right. Yeah. It's okay. So let's. I
hold on,
want to.
Pius. I have one thing to say before we get out of the title race talk. Oh, this 5 seconds. After
Right.
listening to OOP, I've never been more convinced now that Arsenal are going to flog Luton because everything that you just said, the kind of bias that was coming out of his mouth, they're going to beat them shakily. Listen, we just played Luton, right? And
Yeah.
at halftime, I texted one of my friends who's a Liverpool and Luton fan, and I said, you know what? I wasn't familiar with your game. And that's because, honestly, we weren't playing well. But despite the fact that we weren't playing well, Luton were really, really poor in that game. And I mean, I know that they're missing a few key players in their XI, but I
Yeah.
think what Adam said about quality is just at the end of the day, like that's just where it is. They don't
Yeah.
have much quality in that squad. It's really, really bare. So if you're hoping that this is the week that Arsenal drop points, just go ahead and off your gen. If you're hoping that
Yeah.
this week Liverpool drop points, go ahead and off your gen. I think we know all the trap games, right? Arsenal, I believe, still have to welcome Aston Villa, who are going to be in the heat of a top 4 battle. I don't think the United and Chelsea games are going to be. I've maintained that I don't think those are going to be a problem for Arsenal. I'm sorry. I, I've seen the quality difference from last season when they played Chelsea. It was a walk in the park. I think United stressed them out a little bit more. But that was the United last season that were fighting for top 4 or even fighting to be in the title race a little bit. This season, I don't see any way that they can lay a glove on them. I think the biggest trap games for Arsenal are going to be the Villa game, of course, when they come away to Spurs, and possibly besides that, one of your Brightons or one of those
Yeah.
mid-table teams that can just catch fire on any given day, right? Those are the games where I feel like there's going to be a trap. I don't know. People seem to think like Chelsea or United can still muster up any kind of performance this season. I don't see it. Not in a meaningful game, at least. I think
I
there's
saw.
way too many flaws in those squads.
I
Well,
saw.
well,
I saw somebody. I saw a tweet. Sorry, I saw a tweet from a Manchester United fan looking ahead to the Chelsea Man U game this midweek. He said this is the Basico. The Basico.
no. Me
Okay.
personally,
So,
personally, I
The
don't.
battle of mid.
I believe Chelsea can what is it called? Chelsea. It's a, see London derbies. Derbies are they don't follow patterns. Don't follow patterns. You understand? Like I'll give an instance. There was a
But
derby. Yes,
that's
you are
what we said
wait.
last season,
You are a
and they
Tottenham
turned it
fan.
into a
You are a
training
Tottenham fan.
match.
Do you remember that game that Hazard
I knew that's
Hazard
where you were going.
dunked on you
Adam,
guys
what did I say about this
2-2?
specific statement? What I said about this
But
specific statement, that was a Chelsea side that had already won a title.
but
Hazard is not
we were
walking
not.
through those doors.
We were
Hazard
tenth.
is not walking through
We
those
were
doors.
tenth. We were tenth that
Yeah,
season.
but
Do you
I'm
know we
saying, but they
finished?
had just won a title
Wait,
the previous season. They weren't
but do you know
some
we
a
finished?
pack
Do you
of
know we
dogs that you
finished
just
tenth? We
downloaded.
finished tenth that season. We finished
I
tenth that season
understand that,
actually.
but I'm
Yeah.
saying you were coming off a title the previous season. Listen, if this season Man City were in 10th and you were playing them, I would personally say treble winners. They might be having a poor season, but be careful. This Chelsea team, this is what you have to accept. This ain't that Chelsea. There's no Diego Costa in this team. There's no Hazard in this team. There ain't no Willian in this team. This is a
There,
bunch of
there is
unproven
Cole
talent.
Palmer. There is Cole Palmer, bro. It's Cole
Yep,
Palmer.
Guy, off your AC, man. Off
yep.
your AC.
But to
Get
be
off
honest,
your AC.
before the Burnley game, when I saw the fixture list for us now, I thought we had a chance because they play. I think they play. It was kind of modeled together. They play Wolves and they play
Yeah, they played
Bayern.
Bayern. They
Yeah,
played Bayern midweek before your game, and
yes.
they play us
They play
right
Spurs
after
right
you
right
guys.
after. Yeah, so I was like,
So
okay,
it can be a trap game.
yeah, it
Shit,
can be.
but
I was like,
but
okay,
the way you guys play, I'm just so sorry, man.
exactly. I was like, we can cause them problems based on how tough the fixtures are.
Don't worry,
After
guys.
playing Bayern, then coming to play
When
Chelsea,
we
and then
play
going to
when
play
we play
Spurs.
Manchester United this week, you will believe. You will believe. Don't worry, you'll come back to it. Relax.
But
Yeah.
really and truly, what would that prove? What would the United game prove? You're
United
both
game.
really bad, like
No,
two really poor teams.
actually,
It won't
if
prove
Chelsea can
anything
get
now. If you beat them, it won't prove anything. If they
no,
beat you, it'll actually look even worse.
it will prove
Bro,
something for me personally. To prove something for me
Okay, what
personally.
would you take away from that game?
What I will take away from that
I
game, it
just want
depends.
I want us to beat Man U. That's
It
like
depends. It depends. It
at least
depends on.
let's leave the
It
season with
depends on that
something.
game. It depends on the gameplay.
Okay, so
See,
it's
it depends on
pride.
the
It's
gameplay.
pride.
No, it's not even pride. It's not even pride. It depends on the way we play that game. If it's something that we snatch and grab, she understand like, oh, we are just lucky and everything. I will take nothing away from the game. But if we actually go into that game, because like I've said most times, even in the Burnley game, the reason why we drew that game was not like Chelsea were bad. No, the reason it was just we lacked that drive, that hunger. Like, see, that was the reason why we messed up in that game.
Wow.
People can say selfishness or everything, but me, I believe it was hunger and drive. So if we go into that game, if we can get the win against Manchester United, for me personally, it will prove that yes, these guys they are starting to get that hunger, they're starting to get that drive because against Manchester United, those guys they will press you up, they will press you for fun. They play
Taking
that high
piss.
press and all. So if we can get that victory, I believe it's a statement to that
Wait,
to
did you
where we
say
are
Man
coming from
United are
and
high
where we
press?
are right now.
This
Eh?
was this
Wait,
was me before. This was me before we played
wait,
Manchester
OP.
United at
Did
Old
OP
Trafford.
say
This
Man
was how I
United
was feeling.
press you
I was
high?
feeling like, yo, we can go there, bro. Now,
Wait, no, Adams,
bro,
I'm confused.
I'm laughing. Man.
OP, did you
OP
say
is
that
one
Man United will
positive
press
fan
you?
I've seen, man.
I didn't get
Wait,
that.
no,
Can you
Nice
repeat?
one,
OP,
man.
did you say that Man United will press?
No,
but
no. Man
Guys,
United they press.
if that's the game plan that Pochettino is planning for, you should just go
No,
and
no.
tear that paper.
Man United will press. They will press. They
Press
will press.
what?
They will press
Did you
Chelsea.
watch them against?
did you watch them
They will,
against Chelsea? But when it comes to Chelsea,
no, no,
Manchester United will turn to
I don't think they're
prime
coming to
no.
Barca.
press
See,
you in
at
Stamford
at
Bridge. I
Old
don't think they're
Trafford,
pressing you at Stamford
they
Bridge.
pressed us. We were unable
Yes,
to
That's
beat
now
their
Old
that,
press.
that,
Trafford
that,
though.
it was so ridiculous.
We
Like
were unable
That's
to
Manchester
Old
beat that
United
Trafford
don't
press.
though.
play that way.
We were unable to beat that press at Old Trafford. Like
That's
we were
Old
just
Trafford though. I don't think they will press you away from home. They've
no.
been really, really poor away from home this
They
season.
better press us.
Bro,
Oh.
it's
That is
Chelsea.
the only way we will
It's
win that game. Oh.
Chelsea.
If they don't
Whatever,
press us, if they
anything
don't
can
press us, we are
happen.
not winning that game. They have to press us. They need to press us.
See, this was how I was feeling right before we played them at Old Trafford. And since that game, I can never isolate a Chelsea game anymore. Like it doesn't matter what they do in a particular game, bro. You have to you have to look through every single thing they've done this season. And this team, they are not just it, man. They are not. Look, I can't go, bro. I don't even know, man. Right before the international break, I'm like, okay, look at the run of games. We play Burnley, we play Sheffield. We had some good games. I was like, maybe there's a
See,
possibility.
there's
But
still
man,
that possibility is still there.
it's
Also,
not there,
come
bro.
on, stop acting like we lost to Burnley. We did not lose to Burnley. We got a point there.
Bro, this felt like a loss. It
Yes,
felt
it
like
felt
a
like a
loss
loss,
to
but
Burnley.
on the table, it is 1 point. No, it feels like a loss, but on the table,
Alright.
let's see what it feels like and what it is. They are two different things. Of course, that game feels like a loss. It feels like a loss. You understand? But
Yeah, yeah.
let's be honest. Let's on what is obtainable. That is +1 for Chelsea. We could have
No,
lost
it's
that
not.
game and get
It's
+0.
not. It's not.
Yes,
Do you know
on the
why?
log is
This is
on the table is
look. I
see
would rather.
every
I
point.
would rather.
See
I would rather
every
we
point.
win this. I would rather we win this game. I would rather we win this game. We read that Burnley game and not achieve anything in the form of the season. Like not get anything. I
Yeah.
will understand the team
See,
better. Like
relax,
it will make
relax,
me understand. It will make me
relax,
understand, bro.
relax,
This is one
relax.
of the worst teams that I've seen in the Premier League. I mean, Burnley. They are one of the worst. Sheffield and Burnley.
I
When you
think I
sum
think
up,
Burnley are actually worse than Sheffield,
when you sum up, like
in my opinion.
if you watch Premier League for let's say 20 years, there are few teams you can count them with your fingers that have been worse than this team in terms of like eye tests, in terms of like stats. There are few. You could say Derby, you could say Sunderland, you could say one of those crazy
I
Stokes.
think Norwich 21 were really, really
Norwich, you
bad
could say
too.
those teams. So the way we played this team showed to me that, bro, there's not like this team lacks.
Anyways,
There's nothing to
anyways,
take away from this team. If we had
anyways,
won that
anyways.
game, if look, if we still go on this season to become seventh, this game had showed to me. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, we're seventh, oh we made it. I would rather us win this game against Burnley and understand, like, okay, this team, they don't take anything for granted. Like Burnley, if you come, we'll slaughter you and still finish 11th. I'll still
Adams,
be proud.
let me ask OOP a question. Because
Yeah.
he said he made a statement saying that the reason why you didn't beat Burnley, the reason why you didn't beat a 10-man Burnley for an entire half, right, was because you lacked the hunger and the desire. The players didn't play with that urgency, right? That was your main takeaway from the game. So my
Yes.
question to you is, if you need hunger and desire to beat arguably the fifth worst team we've seen in the Premier League era, what does
Mm-hmm.
that tell you about where your team is as a squad?
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's
Because
one thing.
if you
There's
wake
one.
Salah up from
Wait.
sleep, fasting, and he hasn't eaten, and you put him on
See,
that pitch against
that's the
Burnley,
thing. That's the
guaranteed hat
thing,
trick.
bro. See, this Chelsea squad right now. One thing we should understand, and I think that is where many of us are missing it. One thing we should understand is I came to that understanding after beginning of the game, beginning of the season, a long time ago. That this Chelsea squad, they are just like, what's the word I use now? They are just like a side that's just coming from championship. The only reason why we are not even in a relegation battle, I don't even know how we are not in a relegation battle with this Chelsea squad. Once you understand that this Chelsea squad, they are capable of being in a relegation battle, and that it is actually luck, it's actually credit to them that we are not in a relegation battle, then you start seeing things differently. You
Man,
are looking at
I
this
don't want
Chelsea
to be
squad
I don't
of
want to be on
no,
this
wait,
episode, man.
wait. You're looking at this Chelsea squad with the eye of we just won the UCL with Thomas
I
Tuchel.
don't want to be on this episode, man.
Wait, now we are looking. That's the eye you're using to look at Chelsea. You're using the eye to look at Chelsea that we beat Manchester City in the UCL final to win this thing. That is not the Chelsea that we have right now. No, that's not the Chelsea that we have right now. The Chelsea that we have right now is a Chelsea squad that cannot consistently go 5 match and give you win, even if it is against
I hear
championship
all that.
sides.
I hear all that.
Sure, you
But
understand?
Burnley
So
at home,
wait,
come on,
wait,
man. Like there's
wait,
you, bro.
wait now,
I don't
wait,
care. I
10
don't care.
men.
I don't
wait.
care if they're
With 10
whatever.
men for a half.
Burnley at
Middlesbrough,
home,
are they not worse than Burnley? Middlesbrough are worse
bro.
than Burnley. They won us. They got the victory over us. Yes, Middlesbrough are worse than Burnley, but they got the victory over us. It was second leg at Stamford Bridge. That was when we won them 6. Was it not 6-1? That was on 1-6-1. So until we get that's why most times most times I'm chill. Like I said earlier on before at the beginning of this whole conversation, I said the way I watch football right now is different because I have come to that realization that this Chelsea squad is just like teaching a baby how to walk. I took care of my youngest brother, so that's the eye I'm using to look at this
Man,
Chelsea. Like we
not
are
Burnley,
babies right
bro.
now.
Not
Yes,
Burnley.
Chelsea.
See,
See,
wait,
Chelsea are babies
what you're
right now.
saying, right? What
Chelsea
you're
are
saying
babies right
is
now. What I'm
what
saying
you're
is
saying
Chelsea are
is
babies right now. If
what
we
you're
finish
saying is
seventh,
what
brother,
we're talking about.
go and give Thanksgiving. Go and do testimony. If we finish even top eight, even
Bro,
top eight
what we're saying
is a
right
win.
now.
Is a big
No,
win.
I disagree with you, bro. What we're saying right now, is if we're talking about like trying to get into the top four, even Europa League,
We are
I
not
will
going
get
to
it.
get into top
I
four.
will
We
say
are not going.
no.
We are
I
not
know,
getting.
I
The only place
know.
we
I will
can get.
agree with
The only
you.
place we can
I'll
get is
say,
Conference League. It's only
I'll
Conference
say,
League, and that one is
I'll
by
say,
mistake.
I'll say yes. I agree with you. But Burnley and Sheffield, bro. I, I was like, I must be
Adams, you were
crazy
stressing out
because
over Brentford away, and I was telling you,
bro.
this is a
I think I'm actually crazy because I remember our performance against Sheffield United. Do you remember that game against Sheffield? First half was they had like more XG than us. First half, I can't remember exactly. At home at Stamford Bridge, I think it took like a Sterling and a Palmer latish goal for us to be able to win that against Sheffield United. Bro,
You
I'm like,
see,
how did I
that
forget
is
that performance? How
that
did I
is
forget?
that is
That's when I should
that is
have
the
known.
reality. See,
That's when I should have
see,
known that this team and this coach,
see, bro.
bro.
Okay, guys,
There is where we are right now. See, we can.
guys.
Sorry, Pius. See, until we come to that realization that, see, give Chelsea the eye of that used to look at babies. Chelsea right now, we are babies. We are not better. Forget that we are 11th. We are not better than Brentford. Oh, this guy has dropped off. We're not better than Brentford. We're actually not better than Brentford. We're not better than Brighton. We're not better than Fulham.
Who's are you there?
We are worse than those guys. So yeah, is the pain in the whole project, the whole model and all that the owners decided to go through. But that's where we are right now. Where I will be pissed is if we come on next season and start dropping the same performance. That's when I'll be pissed. But me right now, if we finish top 8, trust me, believe me, I'm celebrating like we won the EPL. After what my eyes have seen this season with Chelsea, if we finish top 8, I'm celebrating like we won
But
the
that,
EPL.
no,
That's just me. That's
that's
just
not
me.
even
I'm
going to
I'm
happen. Let me
I'm
just tell you,
I'm
that's not
throwing
going to
I'm
happen.
throwing a
We're not
party in my
finishing
head
top.
like we try. After
We're not
everything, we
finishing
don't
top eight.
try.
Thank you.
Can you guys
Okay,
hear
so
me?
because of time, Uzo, let me ask you, right? So top four battle, right? Tottenham, you guys are well placed, right? Things are looking good. Man United drop points. I think you have a game ahead of Aston Villa. How confident are you going into this midweek game, right? I know I saw before you guys were able to come back to beat Luton Town. I saw some Tottenham fans, they were not happy with the performance. They were like, "Oh, Tottenham, you guys didn't play well. You guys just got out of jail against Luton." So this midweek now, you guys are playing West Ham. So it's like a London derby away from home, another tough game. How confident are you going into the game that maybe Ange Postecoglou would have kind of like done some sort of tinkering and rectified what was wrong with your performance in the last game? I also some Tottenham fans calling him Ange Postecoglou. No clue. So what was what was your take? Like how you
at this point in the season, everything that I need to see or know about my team, I already know. I don't care to see or know anything else. Right now, we're just in a results business. We get 3 points. We keep pace on top four. It looks like top five will be good enough to get Champions League. And it looks like we securely have top five guaranteed at least. Because honestly, I just don't take United serious enough. I just do not. I mean, you've seen an example of why. They go and steal a win at Brentford, and they literally gift the win that they. It's like somebody breaks into your house and steals your TV, and comes back instead of even trying to sell it to you for money. He just gives you, says he's giving you a gift. That's the exact thing that United did against Brentford. So I don't take them seriously. As far as the team now, I think what's happening is the fans, for one, they're impatient, right? And this is just a consequence of success. I think if Ange came in and struggled from the very first minute of the season, right? People would see the season a little bit differently. They would be praising him and saying, okay, first season is figuring it out, right? Lost your best player, haven't really got a full preseason yet. People forget he got hired halfway through the summer, and our preseason got pushed back because of like I think either travel issues or like one of the games got canceled. We ended up barely getting 2 games of preseason, right? 2 meaningful games of preseason. So he hasn't really got the time to work with the squad. So all that being said, we all agreed going into the season as a fan base. We don't care where we finish this season. We just need to see an identity on the pitch, and we need to know that there's something to aspire to. Now, what is that thing to aspire to? Is it winning titles? No, because that's never really been us under this ownership. So what do we consider something to aspire to? It'll be top four battles, maybe a fluke domestic cup, something like that, right? That's what is an aspiration as a Spurs fan, if we're being realistic. However, the new football Twitter is about pretending you have higher standards than the next person. So there's people in the fan base now who have these high standards. Oh, we're Spurs. This is unacceptable. Why is it unacceptable? What the hell have we done in the last 20 years that makes what he's doing right now unacceptable? I think we are exactly where we were at our peak. Top four battles, right? Even under Poch in some of the best seasons that he had, our title races, we were never even within like 7 points of any title race ever. We were always outsiders, right? The one season that we finished second and the season that we finished third in a 2-horse race, we never really got that close to the title, right? If we're being realistic, it was always a matter of can we delay when Leicester win the league? Can we delay when Chelsea win the league? Can we take them? Could we possibly be there to capitalize if they fumble? It was never like, oh, Spurs are like in the running for the title. So the fake high standards is ridiculous. I don't understand what's going on in the fan base. And I think it's just a new relic of Twitter where people think, oh, if I don't show high standards, then I'm not a real supporter of the club. In my opinion, a real supporter of the club understands that there's a glass ceiling. We don't spend like a big club. We don't recruit like a big club. We have never put pressure on managers or players like a big club. That's the reason why guys like Eric Dyer can be in the leadership group at our team for 5, 6 years. So there's nothing about the way the club is run that tells me we're ready to compete with the big boys. So I'm just looking forward to top four races and maybe a fluke trophy. So from that perspective, results wise, Angie's doing a great job. Now to the performance, I thought it was poor against Luton. I thought it was what I don't like is when a team comes out very lazy and lethargic. I hate that, especially when it's a meaningful game. We're going for top four. We know that Villa is playing later on that day. We know United are still yet to play. This is our chance to take a stand, take the initiative, especially after we fumbled at Fulham with a chance to pretty much be in the driving seat for top four. And they came out again. Slow, lethargic performance. Absolutely just looking disinterested. And then the defending was very, very poor for the goal that we conceded. Kulusevski doing a madness. But what I do like is that was the first time at halftime I saw the manager be pissed. He looked furious. Like literally the camera panned to him and he was like pointing at somebody like he was some politician. Like he was pointing at somebody like, oh, sorry about that. He was pointing at somebody and he was pissed off. And you saw like as soon as the second half started, he made a substitution and it completely changed the game. And in the second half, especially after, and shout out to Charlie Boy, Charles Kabore, thank you. I don't know who paid him. Maybe somebody gave his family scholarship. Maybe maybe he won giveaway. Maybe he ran into Ashaka and he was having a good day and he decided to gift us a goal out of nothing. Because honestly, I think that own goal should probably get investigated. It was really, really one of the worst own goals I've seen in my entire life watching football. But we needed that. We got back in the game. And I think there was only one winner from there. So I don't know why the overreaction. I would like to see the team start games better. But with the way the manager reacted at halftime, I know for a fact the very next game that we play, we're going to be up for it. And again, it's a London derby, so we're always up
Yeah.
for the game against West Ham. I personally hate West Ham more than I hate Chelsea, more than I hate Arsenal. I hate West Ham more than I hate well, maybe Brentford is the team I hate the most now, but West Ham is one of those fixtures I've always hated because no matter how bad they're doing, they always it we tell them that we're their cup final. And it's the same way every season. They always get up for Spurs home or away. And they've already beat us away this season. They came into our stadium and they won. So I'm not going in there with any confidence. Especially with Kudus now that he has downloaded dreadlocks. I don't know where they came from. Um, Clearly he's gone to Dibia and they've told him to tie his hair. So who knows what he's going to have for us when we go see them. I thought they were really, really good midweek against Newcastle, and I thought they absolutely got robbed. Like the Premier League and the refereeing in this league sometimes can be kind of sketchy. Those penalties that Newcastle got, I don't know. I'm not saying money changed hands, but I think money changed hands. So
Wow.
I'm not looking at that and saying, oh, West Ham were poor. I think they're in good form. I think they have a threat on the counter. We have a weakness on the counter, so it's going to be a tricky game. But honestly, it's a top four battle. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Villa have a lot of hard games coming. We have a lot of hard games coming. What I just want to see is go put in a good performance from the first minute. Just try. If we try and we draw or we lose, I'm okay with it. It's an away game to West Ham. Nothing is guaranteed. But after that, I think we have some favorable fixtures again before we have that gauntlet, which thank God they've moved the City game. So now it's just Arsenal and Liverpool. And I'm saying just, even though that's still very, very painful. But once we get through those two fixtures, from now to the rest of the season, we have some very, very favorable fixtures. So listen, I think we're going to get top four, and minimum we're going to get top five, which looks like it's going to be good enough for Champions League. So I have nothing to complain about, honestly.
Thanks for your perspective. I think Adams is having some network issues. Okay, so but I think we're kind of like drawing to a close because time is fast spent. Just before we go, I wanted us to discuss. So there's this graphic I shared in our. So we have like a. I don't think you don't. I don't think you have it in OOP. There's this Ballon d'Or power ranking graphic I saw. Right? I don't know if you saw it or you come across it at all. Like it kind of like is ranking like the top five, like currently right now in terms of like maybe performances, form, and everything. It has ranked like the current top five players that have like a potential to win this year's Ballon d'Or. So you have number one, Jude Bellingham, number two, Kylian Mbappe, number three, Erling Haaland, number four, Phil Foden, and number five, Rodri. So I just want to get your VOP. Like, out of these names I've called, is there anybody that shouldn't be there? And is there anybody that you think should be there?
Well, mm, off my head, I don't think there's nobody that should be there. You mentioned Bellingham, you mentioned Mbappe, you mentioned Rodri. Who was the fourth person that
Phil
you mentioned?
Foden and Haaland.
Phil Foden and Alan. But no, I don't think there's. It's quite fair. It's quite a good this thing. I don't think there's anybody that should be there that is not there.
There.
Off my head right
Okay.
now, I don't think. Sorry, there's someone. No, okay, no. There is. Don't worry. I remember somebody, but no, no. There's nobody. There's nobody because Ballon d'Or is basically your performance and also your team's performance. It also comes to play.
Yeah,
So
like your team
this
achievement, yeah.
your team achievement, you understand? So these guys that you just mentioned, their team achieved a lot. Erling Haaland and Phil Foden from the same team, treble winners and all. So
Rodri too, yeah.
even Rodri too, and all. Rodri was one that scored the UCL goal that won the whatever for them. And come on, Rodri is class. It's
It's
class.
not based on last season though.
It's not.
We
It's
all
not.
agreed like yeah, it's based on this season.
It's based on this
Last season
season.
was why people were arguing for Haaland over Messi because of the treble. This
If
is
it's
this
based,
season.
if it's based on this season,
Haaland should
then
be nowhere near that
Alan should
list.
not be there. Alan should not be there if it's
Exactly.
based on
Let
this
me
season.
let me tell you right now, Haaland should be nowhere near that list.
Alan should not be there. I
Foden,
thought it was based on last
I
season.
like Phil Foden. He should be nowhere near that list. The guys that are missing, Harry Kane and Lautaro Martinez. And I don't care what anybody has to say. Harry Kane and Lautaro Martinez have
No,
been
no,
two of the
no.
five best players across all of Europe this season.
Nah,
If anyone
nah,
disagrees, bring me the
nah,
numbers.
nah,
Bring me
nah.
the numbers.
I don't
And
think.
I disagree that the Ballon d'Or is not a team award.
You
There's a
know,
reason why team awards already exist.
see,
One thing I
see.
hate that we do in sports discourse, right, is we pretend that, oh, there's no team awards for the best team. Literally in that same ceremony, there's an award called Team of the Season. Stick with that if you're going to evaluate individuals based on their team
Okay,
performance.
okay.
When you
See,
have an individual award that says this is the best individual person in a team sport,
you
you have to evaluate the individual
if
as an individual.
if
Simple.
we're to, no, yeah, I get what you're saying, but whether we like it or not, your team achievement comes to play in the Ballon d'Or. It's not something that we can shy away from. If that's the way, if Bellingham is there, if we are saying okay, throw away team and everything, then okay, put in my boy Code Palmer, put in my boy there. There's a space
But
for
what
him there.
that's what I'm saying. He's not doing anything Ballon level though. He's
Yo,
not.
what are we saying? Look at his numbers. Look at his numbers.
His number. That's what I'm saying. His numbers don't touch the top five. That's why I said Foden shouldn't be there. Foden, I believe, has more goal contributions than Palmer. I believe, right?
But I think does
Or maybe they are
does
tied.
Palmer
Saka
has
has.
more goal contributions than Bellingham after this anyway, after this week I
I
think.
don't think so.
Or
I don't think so.
they
I
are
don't think
close.
so.
I think they are close. But anyways,
He definitely doesn't have more goal contributions than Kane or Lautaro. So
if you are talking about only this thing, but if you are talking about the only person that I feel should not be there should be Erling Haaland. Foden, come
yeah,
on, you
get
can
Haaland
leave
out of there.
you can leave
Haaland and
Foden.
Foden are
You
imposters.
can
Get
leave
him out.
Foden. Then initially I thought it was last season. That was why I was like there was no anybody there. But since I've been corrected and all, it's Alan. Alan should not be there. That guy is a goal scorer, no doubt.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end
Nobody
of it.
dispute that fact. But that's the end of it for him. He should go and win Golden Boot. He
Yeah,
should not be in
Golden
the
Boot,
Ballon
top scorer, all of
top
that
scorer,
stuff.
all
That's
of
his own.
that. He should not be. I don't think he should be there. Then the person that maybe should be there, Harry Kane. Even though I think Thomas Tuchel has ruined Harry Kane's first season at Bayern Munich. So I don't know
Is
because
Harry Kane cost? Is it cost though?
he's not.
I
I
think
mean,
that guy.
I don't think it's a curse because
It's not
let's
a
be real.
cost thing. It's
Leverkusen
Tuchel.
are deserved winners this season, right? They fully deserve. For one, they're having a historical season, and then two, I would say it's a curse, but we already saw Bayern pretty much try to lose the league last season under
Last
Tuchel.
season, exactly,
The only reason they won the league was
was
because
Dortmund.
Dortmund lost
Dortmund.
the league. So it's not like he's coming into a Bayern team that just dominated by 20 points and now they've lost. That would be more of a curse. Also, sneakily, don't count them out in Champions League. That's all I'm saying. Because now they have nothing else to focus on. And this will be the first season that they are staring trophylessness in the face. This will be the first season in probably my entire existence that I can remember Bayern Munich is about to go trophyless. They're out of their local cup, domestic cup. They're out of the league. I think they're going to be desperate in the Champions League. And they have a very tough route. But if they get to the final, they're going to be on the easier side of the bracket. So I just wouldn't
Yeah.
discount them. But yeah, as far as the top five for me, it's simple. Bellingham, Mbappe. I'd even throw in Vinicius in there because I think he's also having
Wow.
a quietly good season. I think
Okay.
Rodri deserves to be mentioned, and then Kane or Lautaro should be the fifth mention. I think it's Premier League bias that would have Phil Foden in there because I don't think he's been
Yeah,
great
that yeah, exactly. I
relative to
agree
his
as
own
well.
standard, but he hasn't been like all world or all Europe type performance. Nah, I disagree. Especially because you see how they play when Rodri is not in the team versus when Rodri
Yeah.
is in the team. So we know who the real kind of talisman is when it comes to the Manchester City winning streak. I mean, Rodri hasn't lost a game all year. Like that's ridiculous. So yeah, I think if we're being fair, for one, you can't have two Ballon d'Or nominees from one team. I fully disagree. If you have two Ballon d'Or nominees from one team, then they better be 15 points clear in their league and win a treble.
Hmm.
So, and Man City haven't been that this season. So I think Rodri, Mbappe, Bellingham,
Bellingham.
Vinicius, and Kane. That's what I'll stick with. Because
Okay.
Lautaro kind of fizzled out in the Champions League. Let's say we take it away from him. He is having a
Uh,
great statistical season, though. But whatever.
so yeah, yeah, I think he has a good goal like record in the Serie A. Okay, guys. Our time is absolutely fast spent. I think we have to call it a show today. Right. Okay. Just yeah. So we have to call it a show. So this week, yeah, just to quickly touch on. So this week is the crucial last I'm talking about like Nigerian women right now. So this week is like the crucial Olympic qualifier, right? Double header home and away against South Africa for the Nigerian Super Falcons, the female team, for the ticket to the Olympic Games. Right, so I'm kind of like using this opportunity because I follow a lot of women's football, Nigerian football. I'm just using this opportunity to wish the team the best of luck. Hopefully they're able to secure that victory home and away against South Africa. It's going to be a very tough one. South Africa are current African champions. They defeated Nigeria like I think in our last two meetings, so it's going to be very interesting. All right,
I
guys.
remember when growing up, like the Falcons were just unbeatable. It's so strange, like now seeing that we've come
Yeah,
back down to earth, but it happens.
it happens. It's almost like a cycle. At some point, there will always be some sort of
Yeah,
yeah.
changing of
So
power.
exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see. OOP, thanks so much for taking out your time to join us on our show. Really love your analysis. We'll hopefully like to have you back some other time. Hopefully you'll be willing and I really love, especially as a Liverpool fan, I really like your analysis. You're a top, you're in fact you're a super analyst. In fact, I give you your flowers. In fact, after the episode today, I'm
Pious,
feeling
them
confident.
they want you, you they dance. Them they want you, you they dance.
They know they
No, no,
want me. We are winning
We
it's,
this.
it's not
we will be
whining.
here.
Liverpool will
We are
win it.
winning
Liverpool will win
All
it.
you will not come and suffer with you when we are dragging Norbert Klopp at the end of the season. We're
Liverpool
No.
will
going
win
away
it.
with just
Forget.
energy drink.
Liverpool will win it. Liverpool will win it. The only thing that you should be ready to collect is that next season you will collect because there are no good coach available. There are no good coach available to pick from. So now go collect
So
next
this is
season.
all right. No, Wala, let me shall win this one first before we collect the next. All right, all right. Guys. So thank you for a brilliant episode. And yeah, Uzo, thanks for taking out time, out of your very busy schedule, out of much appreciated, I must say. Congratulations, by the way. It's a big
Thank you.
thing.
It
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
was a
yeah.
perfect weekend for me, so I can't complain.
Absolutely. Good weekend. Tottenham fan, other teams dropping points. Yeah, so cool, cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
See.
Uh, don't drop off yet, though.